give it up for Peter Dooley. That motherfucker.
Oh, you need some. That smells good. Sorry, Pete.
I hate it when you get up in the morning, go downstairs, put the cornflakes in the bowl, and there's no fridge. I was listening to the radio. The weatherman was on. He said it's going to be raining today, tomorrow, and the next day. So don't forget to bring with you your I was listening to the radio the other day. The weatherman was on, and he said it's going to be raining today, it's going to be raining tomorrow, it's going to be raining the next day. So don't forget to bring your don't forget to bring with you your I like supermarkets. I was in a I go to supermarkets, and when I'm in them, I tend to think a lot, ponder. So the other day, I picked up a bag of carrots, and I was looking at them for about 4 minutes, thinking, what would a rabbit do in this situation? And then I went over to the eggs, took the eggs down and picked one out, looked at it and thought, Humpty Dumpty. What was he doing on the wall in the first place? An egg on a high wall with little legs sitting there. You know, he could fall off. Humpty Dumpty fell off. Yeah, and it took all the king's horses and all the king's men. They couldn't put him back together. Yeah, I got mistaken for a lifeguard once. I was on a beach. This guy came running over and said, help, 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 help. My wife, she's in the sea. So I stood there thinking, what would a rabbit do in this situation? I was on a boat out in the Atlantic. The wind was strong, the waves were quite big. I was standing there on the boat thinking, I want to be an accountant. The wind was getting stronger. So I lifted up the sailing mast and set it to the northwest. I was about 200 miles from the Caribbean coast, and I'd be landing there shortly. So the wind was getting stronger. I got in, it was getting rough, the sea was getting rough, so I got into the sleeping hatch and lay down, slept, got up the next day. There was blue skies and blue ocean. so I could sit down, relax, look out. I looked out and I thought, I want to be an accountant. I could see land. People were waving. Women dressed in flowery skirts. Big smiles. They were expecting me. I got off the boat with my wife and 2 children. We lived in huts, straw huts. I was black, they were black. We sat around the fire, I told them stories of my voyage and how I lived. They were really excited and amazed. And as they were eating some exotic fruits, I lay down on the beach, looked up at the stars on that warm Caribbean night and thought, if I go to jobs.ie, go to the accounting section, fill out a few forms, send them in, CVs. My wife, big-breasted, came over and said, what's wrong? I said, I want to be an accountant. She said, why, you're in the Caribbean? I said, it's just what I want to do, be an accountant. So I moved to Dublin and became an accountant. And she's over there in the Caribbean. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. It's happened. So, a poem I wrote. I was about 12 when I wrote it. It's called Reading. It's kind of a personal poem that really hits me. So here it goes. I picked up the book and I started reading. Page 1. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, in Venezuela, Michael got off his bike and went into a shop and ordered a small plate of peas. Michael lived in the slums. He was 5. His parents were architects, but they had lost their jobs and had to move to the slums because they couldn't pay the rent. Sarah and Jessica were their names. Michael picked up the peas, got back on the bike, and rode home. Sarah, the mother, came to the door and said, "Did you get the peas?" Michael looked in his hands and there were 3 peas. The father was in the living room watching the wall. There were markings there from the previous night. Pictures of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. The mother came in and said, "He's brought all the peas. Let's go into the living room and get the plates. We have to sit down." They took 1 pea each. Michael cut his in half. His parents said a prayer and looked at the pea. They all looked at the peas together. And then there was the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Michael ran to the door He opened the door, and there was the Easter Bunny. What the fuck are you doing here? It's not Easter. The bunny said, well, listen, I know about your parents losing the job. You're all very poor, so I thought I'd come a month earlier. He took the eggs from the bag, gave Michael one egg, and they brought it into the living room and divided it together. So they had chocolate and peas. That's the end of the story.